You know what time it is?
Think fast, sir.
Think fast. Think fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, post them in the chat. X.
Yeah.
Assuming Kyle's ready.
Kyle ready. We got.
I did.
Kyle's got to get ready first.
Let me clear my throat. Clear my neck.
I got a tinkle, so let's make this quick.
Okay.
All right, X.
Yep.
I'm assuming Kyle's ready.
All right, it's got ready.
Sure.
Hopefully.
Fire it off.
Okay.
First question.
Best player in Ghost excluding Cole players.
Oh, what a curveball that was.
Going with Scumpy.
Scumpy, yeah. I think Scumpy definitely is one of the best players in the game outside of Complexity. Hell, Complexity even wanted to pick him up before they wanted to grab Karma, so that goes to show just how good of a player he is. But he is a sub. If I were to name an AR, it would probably be Clayster.
Oh, yeah. I'd say Clayster is pretty much a clear number one AR for anyone. If you watch Call of Duty. Yeah. But Scump, dude, it's just, he has, kind of like we talked about Karma like Champs last year, and, kind of
so good.
With, players with Formal, with the sniping, like, when you're watching them, dude, there's just always this chance
Chaos.
a huge play is going to happen. Something amazing. And, next question!
How many pancakes does it take to reach the moon?
A metric fuck ton of pancakes, Scott.
That's the third F-bomb.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
So, pancakes are not only delicious, but they're also free on Pancake Day.
Is this like how many licks does it take to get to the center of Matt's heart?
Well, maybe it's a joke because we're going to Canada and they have maple syrup and that goes on pancakes.
Oh, is it a Canadian joke?
Oh, you guys are clever. Next question!
We're like 30 seconds.
It's a stupid question.
How will no vetoes affect the Niagara tournament?
This is going to be interesting because we actually talked a lot during the league play. We didn't realize at first that there wasn't any sort of, it was just, here, you're playing this, is why we were seeing a lot of Octane Blitz, which we saw like no Octane Blitz at Champs or Regionals, like not at all. I think it'll definitely affect it because teams are being forced to play stuff that they've been grinding it recently, but they're forced to play stuff that before was kind of just ignored because of the veto system. And players like Clayster that have that dominant AR, you can't just be like, oh, well, we're going to avoid that.
You're going to see teams who actually have strong maps and weak maps just kind of fizzle out, I really believe, unless they have the luck of the gods on their side. If Optic Gaming gets, just as an example, if they get, AR dominant maps, they're going to just steamroll through their opposition, and if they're going up against a team like that may suck. No, damn it, I had 5 seconds.
You're done.
No, he ended it. ThinkFast player to look out for at the tournament.
Just in general, player to keep an eye out on.
In general, I would say I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna say Karma. Why? Because we already talked about it a little bit before. In switching between Xbox One and Xbox 360, he hasn't really got in that comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
And he's a player who just sits down, he grinds, he knows everything when he's used to one console. I think if there's anyone who's affected by the switch back to the 360, it's Karma.
I'm actually just I'm gonna be biased here from the Halo background. I'm gonna say Enable.
Here it is.
No, I'm gonna say Enable.
Oh!
I'm gonna say Enable. This is his first time on what you would say to be a quote-unquote, maybe not a contender for the number one, but a top team. This is the best team he's had. This is his first big event with really not playing mostly Halo players or like good COD players. So I am really curious to see what the Red Baron can do.
I definitely think that's a good pick as well.
Next question!
That was perfect timing.
Do you think MLG will ever switch to the PS4?
That depends. Okay, basically, let's put it this way. If Call of Duty just all of a sudden decided their flagship console is going to be the PS4, yes, we would see that happen. But Xbox and Microsoft support Call of Duty Championships. Sony would have to offer that same thing, and if they didn't, then it wouldn't happen. But I think the relationship between MLG and Microsoft is good, and as long as it stays that way with Activision and Microsoft...
And we had a conversation with an Activision employee at Champs that basically said it isn't possible this time because Windows kind of gives all the information on the dev side that they need to get updates out quick, to do different things. Whereas PlayStation keeps it a lot closer to the chest. It's a lot harder to get that information. And I just don't think it'll happen because anything that makes your job more difficult with all the money on the line, with all this stuff, not going to do it. Next question.
Best looking gamer.
Best looking gamer. Oh, easy. Formal. An Asian Leonardo DiCaprio. Let me tell you about this guy, okay? Not only did he get his career started in Titanic, but he hasn't done a bad movie since. Granted, this is actually going to work out for COD too. Granted, he hasn't won an Oscar, which is the same thing as an event, but he's definitely made his presence known in the scene.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Renato Saints, and that is why I think these two have found themselves interlocked in this sort of erotically homosexual relationship via Twitter. They may be dating, they may not. Sydney could be a cover. I don't know.
It's a very good chance based on the earrings and the combing of the hair.
And we're pretty sure Matt's seen one up close.
At least 2.
Next question.
Well, this will feed into the next question. I wasn't going to ask it, but now I'll ask it. Better couple, X and Capo or Saints and Formal?
Oh!
That was earlier, and I wasn't going to ask it. After you guys just said they're a couple.
Really good.
Best couple.
Hold on, let me see it. There's no way I can get it close enough. I was going to start off with pictures of X and Capo from Instagram, but let me tell you. You want to go?
Well, I'm just going to say they're both at this fine stage of just growth. They're just discovering each other, emotionally and sexually.
I'm listening.
I think the better couple is going to be, Matt and Michelle, because they're like Rachel and Ross. It's just a thing of beauty.
My God, Rachel and Ross, that is just perfect. So that makes Form 1 Saints, Joey, and Chandler.
Oh, no, they're actually going to be the gay couple from Modern Family.
Yeah, I was going to go with Joey and Chandler both ending up being gay.
Oh, well,
which everyone kind of assumed anyways, but somehow they always kind of got
they
girls.
could have.
Yeah.
Next question, please.
How long until Maven kisses Formal?
Oh, I've already kissed Formal.
Yeah,
just hop into the next one.
Yeah, this has already happened. Seriously, next question.
Could you see Gandhi going to Optic Nation's Halo team?
No, I couldn't, just because, Scott's going to admit at this point, when you hit an age where it just becomes hard. You need a lot of caffeine and drugs to even really hang.
Yeah. Well, of course, by drugs, he's talking about my nutrition.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
It is the best supplement for your mind possible out there. But
1-a-day vitamins.
Is there a chance that I end up on Optic Nation's team? I think there's a better chance.
My hair grows back.
That Justice wins Niagara.
Yeah, so we're giving a pretty slim chance.
Him and his stupid dial-up connection.
Oh, we may have a problem.
Oh, there he's back.
All right,
That's your connection.
Next question.
TK girls, good decision, bad decision?
Nothing to lose.
We covered this kind of on last week's show, but yeah, nothing to lose. They get promotes both sides. It's good for the girls. It's good for TK. One thing it kind of bothered me a little bit I think it was a couple nights ago, we saw tweeted that the girls were playing on the MLG when the guys were scrimming in prep for Niagara, which I thought was...
Well, they have their own individual channels. They choose to not stream.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one channel. That's where I was a little bit like, well, if they're scrimming and they're kind of messing around, that's a little odd to me. But overall, we had a three-way discussion about this for 30 minutes the other day, and that too. But we think it's fantastic for both sides. It's just going to bring more viewership. It's going to promote females in this industry, and I think that's a good thing. I think it comes down to this: as long as Royal can make money off of stream revenue, they're all happy. The organization's happy. Next question, Steph. Next. You're such a dick. Any chance that any of these teams try and break up after Niagara in the league, and which ones? Of course. Yeah. If someone just completely shits the bed, you're going to see teams break up. I have no faith in any the league, though. Have we been given if there's going to be any kind of trade window or anything? Not. So at this point, no. I mean, how you can't really. What are you just going to take yourself out of the league or play with? I guess you could play with a sub if there was someone you really want to get rid of. But if you mean breaking up and they're switching orgs, kind of like there's a bunch of. Is that even allowed yet? Like, if that's allowed, then 100%. But I think the one thing all these players can kind of hold on to is, it was on the 360. We're so much better on the one. Yeah. Like, obviously, Complexity's going to hold on to that. Everyone's going to. Like, congratulations, you won on the 360. The console's dying. I'm better on the one moving forward. Yeah. Next question! Biggest sketch, Proof, Saints, or Parasite? Parasite, dude. Is that even a question? You're talking about a guy who went from Boston and PAX, and he was like, I can't wait to go back to Atlanta in my team house. Then he's like, by the way, I already booked a flight home because I'm playing on FaZe Black. And then meanwhile, in the middle of that, he was planning on going back to North Carolina. Scumbag Parasite! Yeah, he literally, and we talked about this too, I just picture if you've seen True Detectives, like episode 7, they go into the room and there's just like the storage unit, the wall there with strings and faces, and that's Parasite's life. Oh yeah, he's just looking to screw people over at any given chance. But I will say this, Parasite, I'm digging the fact you're on a healthy kick. I like that you're working out. I like so far at least the attitude we have with you on Envy. Keep it up, otherwise Hastro will Probably do
something
probably do
that
bad.
rhymes with keep it up.
Yeah, I had nothing positive. Next question.
Best facial hair out of the three of us. This is unbiased because I don't.
I think Maven. I think Maeve's got.
Yeah, Maven does have great
Maven's
facial hair.
got good facial
Listen,
hair.
when you hit that age of 40, you're like 15 plus years removed from puberty. It just grows in nice and thick. Scott actually mentioned last night. He's like, dude, your beard just like grows in so quickly. Like I'll buzz it and then it's just stop.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this award.
Yeah, I think you take it.
If we could give me some sort of medal here, I would probably.
The hair
Here
from your
is
head is dripping
here
down
is
the
the
side of your
Dunkin'
face.
Donuts coffee cup for best facial hair, my friend. I present to you, Maven.
Thank you.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, ThinkFast presented by My Nutrition. This has been awesome. The COD piece. This will all be going up on the YouTube, youtube.com/UGC events.